I mean, I was kind of there from the beginning, and but I suppose you coming in. I mean, it's only like episode 2 or something like that you came into it. What did you think coming into it?
I was just very excited to still keep going with like making a soap because, of course, I was making Maple Vale, but then, of course, that never got past episode 1. And in fact, episode 1 was never even released publicly. So, of course, I was just very excited to, get into making another soap opera. So, of course,
Yeah,
I was just very happy with that, and also very
I
excited.
like your character in Maple Vale.
Oh wait, you've seen the.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think we watched everybody's in it. Did you not watch Skew Bridge in your class?
I think we did, and I remember being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this one's good. I wish I was part of this project instead," And then, yeah, and then I got my wish.
So what made you come up with Gary?
Well, it was literally as I said in the earlier commentary. Like, when I joined the soap, Jim basically told all of us from the 10 o'clock to 12 class to just come up with a character, just try and think one up. And of course, literally the first two words that came to my mind in an instant, psychic Gary. And it's like cemented into my mind.
And you just developed it from there.
Exactly.
Oh, right, okay.
Can I remember earlier on, I was like, really wanted to. I think the original plan was that Psychic Gary would just be some guy who lived in like maybe a little gypsy style caravan or something in the woods. And
Yeah.
and then I don't know whether it was either me or Graham who came up with the idea of us being brothers, but I think that really was a very good move for both our characters. 'Cause it really gave us both a good.
Yeah, it was great that. Yeah, it was really good because you worked really well together on screen as well. You'd absolutely believe that you were both brothers. I thought it was great. Yeah, the age gap and the complete difference in you both. He's like a big gangster, and you were like a psychic, but it worked really well together. This is when we realised that we've got a bar in the studio. Why are we doing a green screen? This little bit was just outside the studio, wasn't it? It was like a little back alley.
You okay?
Yeah. Did we ever actually figure out whether or not Scott was alive or dead?
Oh no, I think we leave it ambiguous. I don't seem to remember Scott dying at all. We'd got a gimbal at this point, so you can see that outside one that we've just been on. There's a little bit of movement forward and backwards, we're getting a little bit more arty. But obviously, with the green screen, you can't move the camera because all that'll happen is your characters will move and the background won't move at all. Or it will move, I can't remember one, but it looks really odd. We were like favouring a little bit more, filming real places and trying to get away from the green screen if we could. Getting a bit of blurring in the background there, sort of realising, oh yeah, we can shoot it like that.
So where was this studio? Where was this hairdresser?
No, this was just pulled off the internet, this. Sue's great, and James as well.
Yeah,
Please, I need it.
yes. Is she still acting? Does she still do acting and stuff?
I don't think she does, actually, no. In fact, she was on Michael McIntyre's... What was it? Not last weekend, the weekend before. She was on something to do with Michael McIntyre. I think her daughter was unexpected superstar of the week or something like that. You see them lads in the background. I felt a bit shady filming then. So I set the camera up and fired it up to record this, for the green screen. And then just walked out the room a little bit, keeping my eye on the camera.
Yeah, just make sure they don't knock it down.
Yeah. I think, why is he filming us?
I do actually wonder because there's almost like a little bit of a rivalry going on with him and
I see a person in search of attention and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder if like Giuseppe had stayed. I wonder where that could have...
Oh, here he is.
I know. It's funny because we were writing an episode a week, really, or just our parts.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned it last week that if somebody didn't turn up, somebody else would jump in on a scene quickly with you because Jim was really made sure that everybody got to act every single week, that everyone got to do a scene. So we'd like sometimes be writing scenes on the fly.
It's always a challenge. I will
Skew Bridge.
say this as a fellow editor of
Yeah.
Skew Bridge.
I could do, yeah.
Always a good
I'll pay you, of
challenge
course.
trying to
Actually,
balance it all
You
out,
could
all
be
the
like the new
characters
dancing.
all having an appearance, and it all made
Dancing.
sense. Like
like the
chronologically
outdoor
and-
wall art.
Yeah. Trying to patch it all together. It wasn't like later on some people had good ideas about storylines and they'd write it out and they'd have quite a few scenes in advance and they knew where the story arc was going. And then you get some people who wouldn't tell anybody else their arc of their story and they'd be like, I'll tell you because you're editing, but this is where it's going to go and that's where it's going to go. And you'd be like...
I guess we're still in that
You need a
Wild
good
West
name.
period here where we didn't really have
No.
storylines yet. And speaking of storylines, I believe this is Noah. Yep, Noah's here.
Here he is.
I believe he was responsible for really kicking off my character into high gear.
I was talking
since
to
the most exciting story I had before he showed up was, of course, me getting
come
a
here often?
haircut.
Yeah.
Blind, by the way.
Although you were told not to go out, don't leave the flat, and then the next
Talk to her
you
about
said the next scene you're all over town everywhere.
That was one of my favourite cuts, as a
Just stay here. I'll be back in a bit. Stay here.
Were you too close?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I was just going around a bit. It was almost
you
aimless in a way. But
Me?
then, of course,
Everything.
I actually had the
Uber,
plan for the Psychic
Bitcoin,
Emporium, I think.
The Duchess on
a
Celebs
little
Go
bit
Dating.
before he showed
Why
up.
everybody is suddenly
You know what I mean?
obsessed
I
with
was
buying
thinking of-
plants.
Because I remember Scott and
Mostly.
Lauren were talking about that
It's just that I miss her.
pokey little apartment that's supposed to be above the real estate agents, and I thought
sorry.
Gary could move into that and
Is
set
that
up his
Clint?
emporium in there.
Yeah, it is. Is there
I
something
mean,
we can
after
use?
like breaking away from Clinty, of course.
Honestly, I don't know.
But
Really,
then
I
Tom,
haven't
of
liked
course,
him
showed
before.
up, and
Is that a good thing?
we were able to open up the
sure, yeah.
cafe, and well, the rest is
What
history.
about me and you?
Yeah, it was great how you worked together with him. I was gonna say Lucy's character's great, isn't it? She's so like a bit, I don't know how to describe it, like a bit sleazy and a bit like nasty and underhanded, and Lucy's so not that. She's such a nice person. So another thing with the green screen, you might have just seen it then, that the as the light, so a green screen's got to be really well lit, all equal all over, so when you key it out, if it's a different shade of green, if the light's brighter on one side,
Listen,
then you can't get rid of the green screen completely. So that's why you suddenly see it going bright in certain places, or like it's just not right in certain places. It was a real editing nightmare at the beginning, really, because we weren't mindful of these things.
As
Anyway.
I said, it's Wild
I'm
West.
dying.
Yeah, it
See you
was.
later.
Still learning all the techniques and stuff. Although it does become a lot more amusing
an
when
album
it's just
back at the
like the
studio.
fabric of reality just kept ripping apart.
I'd love to
and
hear
stupid,
it.
whatever. Maybe Gary really was psychic.
Instead of wormhole appearing, when you see it behind on the right, to the right of Sammy, you can see where the green screen's not really working that well.
Flow a bit, do you know what I mean?
But then again, that
If-
was just
I'll
a
tell you
problem
what,
throughout
because you're my number one
the
fan.
large amount
How about I
of
give you a
shows
few
rather
guitar
than just
lessons?
these
Really?
early bits.
Wow, that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There you go.
Yeah, because
Music
I
hall,
remember
see
there's
what it's
a
like.
couple scenes, particularly
Thank you.
right towards the end, where I just could not get a good spot whatsoever to actually key it in. Right.
It's hard work, and it was really hard. And I don't think people appreciated that. The other actors, that you'd be like a bit pedantic about how the screen looked and how, make sure it was lit right and make sure this and that. And I don't think people realise the nightmare it is when you're trying to like get rid of a green screen and get the background looking good. Your flat, by the way, your apartment's in Burska, so the outside of Yeah, the outside of it, it's just near, but it's a Berska.
Yeah, oh, right, yeah. I thought you were talking about the inside or something. I mean,
Oh no, that's pulled off the internet. I don't know where that is. Some luxury apartment somewhere in the world.
somewhere Mediterranean, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And the episode closes out on, well, the set.
Ooh, tension.
Tension, foreshadowing.